Welcome back to Turtle Crossing Sailing. Last episode, we finally got ourselves a burgee. And hung it up. We played around in Sandy Cove on the Bay of Quinte in Ontario, Canada, as we slowly are making our way to the Caribbean. We hope.
Like a thunderstorm, the pouring rain, it comes rolling in.
Our systems are a work in progress, and one in particular, the solar, is beginning to reveal its weaknesses.
Oh, it hits you like a ton of lead. Oh yeah, it'll mess with your head.
It's pouring, and we are just kind of waiting for a window to get back to Belleville, to the, what's called, the Bay of Quinte Yacht Club, because tomorrow the weather's supposed to be absolutely atrocious with winds up to 30 knots and a lot of rain and thunder, and my dad is coming to visit. So we're gonna go back and maybe take the visitor's slip if it's free, and then wait out there for a couple days, and then we'll be continuing along on the Bay of Quinte route. But we're gonna just head back for just a night or two when it stops raining, because right now I don't even know if we can start the engine. Our battery is a little bit hungry, and Chris says that our other battery 2, it might be completely dead. Do you have the dinghy attached to anything?
Yeah.
You do already?
I hope so.
Okay. Starting our engine has always been a tense experience. It's a 1979 Yanmar diesel and has been doing very well, but we know it struggles in cold weather and takes longer to start when we haven't used it in a few days. So we are holding our breath because we only have enough battery power to try it once. Like no battery.
We'll be on bullets in time.
Yeah. We're just slowly killing our AGMs, I think. Very slow, painful death. It'll be good when we can get the lithiums hooked up, and then the AGM can just be saved for starting. Then that way when things like this happen and we wake up with a dead battery and just 100% cloud cover, we still know we're going to be able to start the engine.
Heading into Belleville again. So we are discussing port tie-up or starboard tie-up. I think we might, last time we did starboard, this time I think we'll do port. Port is a little bit easier because when you put it in reverse, the prop wash brings you into the dock, whereas if you go starboard, it kind of takes you away from the dock, which can be hairy.
And so we're back again to the visitor dock at the Bay of Quinte Yacht Club. We have reciprocals here, which at this club means we pay $1.50 per foot for the first night and get a second night free. We'll wait out the storm and see my dad and then get moving again.
Good job, sir.
Now, of course, because we're at a dock, we can commence with the wasting of water. Not wasting, but I had no power really to run the pump for this, so we're plugged in, so I can run my pump without killing the batteries. And I have a ton of dishes to do from breakfast and from dinner last night. Feels like that's sort of life, isn't it? Wake up and doing dishes. So I'm heating up some water in the old electric kettle instead of the propane, which is good. I don't want to waste the propane. The weather tomorrow is supposed to be atrocious, so I'm happy that we're tied up to the dock and near a whole bunch of other sailboats with big tall masts. That'll make me more comfortable and probably Chris more comfortable. Are you done fiddling with stuff yet?
Yeah, 5 dock lines on. That should be enough.
You put 5 dock lines on?
I found another cleat I could tie off.
That seems a bit ridiculous,
They're
but...
filthy with cleats here. Forgot I'm using them.
The summer came for us and showed us what we lost. And I'm writing to myself about the things you said, about the things you said. The slowness creeps towards my feet within the light the morning brings to clean the remnants of a dream, shadows you cannot see.
Good morning. It is a blustery morning. We have had winds gusting over 30 something knots all evening, and that's going to continue a little bit, not 30 knots, but still quite gusty for the next couple hours. But we do have a little bit of a window after that time period, so around 11 and beyond, where it's supposed to calm down a little bit. It's also supposed to be very sunny and warm today, which will be very nice because it's been cloudy and rainy the last little bit and thunderstormy and hard to go anywhere. We've ended up spending over $160 on just this yacht club, I believe. So
I'm a pirate.
you sure are. So we're ready to go, and it was really nice being able to see my dad and say goodbye, but it's just time to go and do some more exploring. So we're pretty excited to leave. I just have to fill the water tank, and then we're gonna put some stuff away and just kind of monitor the weather and basically leave as soon as we can. Dipstick, where are you? We have been babying our engine as much as we can by doing frequent oil checks and engine checks. We were concerned that we were making oil, which would not be good, indicating a leak with our diesel. So we've been very vigilant and monitoring the system as we go. Just gonna check our fuel level, because we haven't done that at all yet. Chris just checked the oil and it's at the right level, so I don't know if we're making oil or not making oil, or now Chris is like, maybe we're burning oil. So I don't know, 2 wrongs make a right.
Mom, I want to come outside.
I'm gonna just be out here for a second. I'm coming back in, just staying out of the way.
But I need to stay out of the way too.
Yeah, but you're in a good spot out of the way right there. That's still a lot of fuel.
Yeah, I'd say we're about half a tank.
Half a tank? The weather window has arrived and we're ready to go. But we're a bit stuck in with the boat behind us. Luckily, we can guide Mr. Turtle over to the shore and get ourselves pointed in a better direction with more room to maneuver.
Forward gear, but no throttle. Okay, more throttle. leaving Belleville again, hopefully for the last time on this trip.
When I saw you walking down that hill, head high and shoulders back, watching you was such a thrill. All that I could do was laugh. I couldn't hold.
The wind in the Bay of Quinte was a bit all over the place, changing rapidly and gusty. We found ourselves headed directly downwind, which is a great opportunity for some wing-on-wing sailing, so it was time for Chris to bring out the whisker pole. But wait, the wind wasn't done changing. Flying around and around and around. So that we keep getting buzzed by that military plane, and I don't have the proper camera equipment to show you what it really looks like because this camera makes it look so small, but it's massive. It's a big plane. Oh yeah. Turn around. You see it?
Yeah, that's one of them.
I don't even know what to, like, it doesn't show it on the camera. Oh my gosh! Ah! Keep looking up! Keep looking up! Woo! They're circling us. I hope they don't bomb us. Over 6 knots right now, which to most people is like, so. But for Mr. Turtle, that's a fast sail.
Making really good time.
Now we're flying.
We've been over a 5 most of the trip. And we base our calculations off about 3.5. That way if wind dies, we can motor and catch up at some point. But this has been
Pretty sweetheart sail.
yeah.
Up ahead is a channel of spars, red and green, that we have to go in the middle of. And it's been a little tricky with the gusts. I didn't film it, but just like 5 minutes ago, the gust picked up and it almost like, it weather helmed us, is that right? Yeah. And turned us into the spar. We didn't hit the spar, thankfully. I came out and tightened hardened the foresail, and then we kind of had a little bit more control again, but it was a little hairy just for a second there. So hopefully we don't hit too much gusty crap up ahead, and then we're not gonna get pulled around into the spars or anywhere we don't want to be. Yeah, pretty nice out here though. Oh, and I saw a falcon, and that's very exciting. And also exciting because Christopher just finished reading a book by one of his favorite Canadian explorers called Where the Falcon Flies by Adam Schultz, and he is a explorer in residence.
I think so.
He's got a PhD in map making and all kinds of stuff. Anyways, he just recently did this trip in a canoe. And he was following the falcons to their nesting place in the Arctic. So it's kind of neat to see one here. Chris likes to think that he's Adam Schultz because when Adam Schultz is traveling around, he just like eats like 60 granola bars in a day and whatever like little bits and pieces he can find and scavenge. Chris does the same thing with the scraps of food that William doesn't eat. If he finds it, he eats it. So He's basically our explorer in residence. First spar cleared. Next obstacle cleared. The key is handy, it's just in the door there. I'll double check in a second. This is a perfect example of what I was just about to say, is that it goes from like nothing to like, whoa, hold on, very quickly, so hold on. Ready to go fishing? Let's do it. And so we made it to the anchorage, a quiet place behind Ram Island.
Yeah, because the inside of the dinghy's wet, so you don't want to get your shoes wet. Go over bare feet.
I was gonna say you might want to go to that shadowy place over there.
Where?
Just a little bit over.
A dragon. Forgot.
So, what do I win when I catch one first?
Fragile space in a single sail, white rocky island, you and I on the trail.
We are awake in Hay Bay. We are planning on getting to Pernier's Cove. So we have to go through the Adolphus Reach to get there. It's only about 4.5 hours from here at 3.5 knots. So that's usually a safe bet that we can make at least 3.5 knots, usually closer to 4, but just to be safe so that we know that we miss weather windows, we say 3.5 to make sure that we can get there before bad weather comes in. So Pernier's Cove is right at the very end of the Bay of Quinte. It's recommended by almost every sailor and in the ports book as like the launching point from Bay of Quinte, or people from Hamilton have said that if they go around the outside of the Bay of Quinte, they go all the way around and then anchor for a night or two in Pernier's Cove to catch their breath before heading on to the Thousand Islands.
Thanks for watching, sail fans. Join us next time as we make our way to Kingston and the Thousand Islands.
I'm just flipping through your pictures, I can tell you look more than okay.
What a nice day to be a sailboat.
Think I need help to feel as happy as you. Could you tell me what I'm supposed to do without you? It's like I'm just seeing empty faces staring from across the room, when all I want is to get out of here and back to you. On my way home I to love.